it is your boy DJ Waffles on the check it, and you're tuned into the Pattern Room. I told y'all it's another exclusive because I'm getting the big players now. My stock's going up. So listen, man, I'm going to introduce my special guest, man. Listen, y'all probably already know him. Your girlfriend probably know him too. But listen, I'm going to let him introduce himself.
Yeah, what's poppin', world? It's your boy Vedo, man. Here with my longtime brother, DJ Waffles, man. And we tapped in.
Yo, listen, man. Let's get right into it. Like, how is the game treating you right now? Because
man,
you sound like a big deal right now, like even bigger than what you was before. How is like the music industry to Vedo like right now at this point?
Man, it's just like anything else. You gotta climb up the ranks before they start treating you like you matter. So with that being said, I'm being treated like I'm needed, like I matter. But I put the work in though. So I'm not surprised.
What's the difference between 93 Vedo and this Vedo?
Well,
he like 93 Waffles. You went back to that shit.
Well, first and foremost, I got somewhat of a beard now.
Right.
And 93, I was barefaced. But no, it's just been tremendous growth, man. I think 93 was an opportunity for me to find out where I didn't want to be as an R&B artist, and that was kind of because I kind of focused on radio songs a lot. Like, hey, you got to do an up tempo joint, you got to do a radio song, you got to this, that, and the third. But I started to learn quickly that after 93 came, I'm like, people wasn't really rocking with it like that. Had too many up tempos on it, in my opinion. Then I did my EP, State of Mind. That was more of a R&B feel. So I started to kind of find myself and say, like, are you gonna be an R&B artist or are you gonna be a hip hop R&B artist? Which one you gonna be? How do you learn
how to separate those two things? Because it's like for an R&B artist, it feels like it's so hard for y'all to break.
Yeah, it's extremely hard. Like honestly, man, I have You Got It as one of the only R&B records in a long time to actually stream and chart the way it did, because it doesn't happen in R&B like that. It's very hard to break. But you separate it by, you just kind of got to be true to R&B. You got to know what R&B is. You just got to be true to it. And for me, I'm like, I like singing about making love. I like singing about making a woman feel good. And that was what I wasn't doing. And that's truly what R&B is. R&B is about love. But now, I'm taking a up-tempo song talking about popping bottles and this and the third. I'm like, man, what you doing? So that's how I had to separate it, man. I just had to put the love back in it.
Yeah, I think R&B is kind of missing that now. I just feel like everybody thinks they can sing. First of all, let's talk about all these rappers. And I hate that with a passion. So if you're not a singer, I said it first. Just don't do it. Stop trying to the auto-tune lifesaver is just like killing me.
And that when rappers started to actually sing and put auto-tune, it made it harder for actual R&B singers. Right. It made it extremely hard because it's like, people feel like they can get their dose of singing and rapping at the same time from this one artist. To where they're not even checking for new R&B artists coming up. All they want to hear is, hate it. You feel me? But now, I feel like, with the R&B artists that we got out now, like myself, Giveon, her, you got Summer Walker, you got Eric Bellinger, Jacquees, like all these other R&B artists that's out now. I feel like, we got it on our back. Now it's like we forcing y'all to see us. Because we putting out R&B music back to back to back. And I think You Got It kind of made people feel like, oh man, it's really some good R&B out here.
So let me ask you this then. So for you to have a record doing something so huge like that, why Dolph on the remix?
Well, once you've I would say this, once you've mastered one side of the playing field, now you go back to the drawing board. How can we do this even? How can we throw just kind of like throw a curveball and still come out on top? Let's put the most hood rapper you can find on a.
It sounded good because I started to play that version a lot.
I was like, okay. When I first heard, I said, "You want to put who?" They're like, "Yeah, man. If we do that, man, we can tap into the streets." I'm like, Dolph dude? I'm like, all right, cool. I'm like, all right, bet.
Listen.
And then they took it even further and put Money Man on it too. I'm like, oh, dog, I don't know how this is gonna work. But to say the least, I say that to say this. They sent it back. Dolph showed a different side of him. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, I agree.
Money Man showed a different side of him. I'm like, oh wow, they not in here talking about drugs and killing. Because I didn't want to tarnish the reputation of the song either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That was what I was scared of.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You take a song like that, and now you talking about cocaine and this, then the third. Nah.
Because y'all have a tendency to do this because you rappers out there, y'all get on R&B records and be talking so crazy.
Yeah,
I don't really understand
man.
it. And you know what's so crazy? The baby. The baby, you got to relax now.
Yeah.
He's getting like that too. He's like, I'm watching the drifting of the bars, and I'm like, you talk about lonely, and then we talk about but that's for another whole episode,
I mean, you know,
the art.
Yeah, I think it's just people. And don't get me wrong, man. I have songs like that, like where you know it's supposed to be. Should be talking about one thing, but I'm just totally on something totally different.
You cannot rob somebody in a Valentine's Day record. Like, it doesn't make sense.
I mean, you know, some songs, but that's why that comes with actually being creative and sitting down and thinking through the writing process of it. Because some people just freestyle and whatever come out, that's what it is.
So, all right. So let me ask you this. So, all right, you got it right. That's going crazy. Then Young Blue jumps on it.
Yeah.
So do you understand like your song is just getting remixed like left and right? The song is like, how do you?
I mean, it's just
what was that feeling for you? And the call when it's like, all right, this is what we're about to try this one more time.
Right. No, I mean, it was me personally. I like any idea that I can foresee the future. Like, all right, yo, this would be dope. Yeah. Because guess what? If the record would have took off even more and hit the streets, and now it's like Atlanta gonna book you. Atlanta finna be booking you like crazy because Atlanta is one of the hardest markets. So that's what we thought about. We thought about how can we get the streets.
Right.
All right, put Money Man or Dolph on it.
Why
but then Young Blue, I'm like, that could work.
Yeah, because that was good. And then with like you dropping the album, him going crazy.
His record ridiculous at the time.
Yeah, he's just doing.
You know what I'm saying? That was the best remix to me, personally.
I wanted to ask you that. That was.
Yeah,
that's big for you.
That was the best remix to me. Yeah. Of course, everybody killed it, but in my opinion, that was the best remix to me. Cause I felt like I felt like Blue he just knew what to do with the record. Like it's not too far from what he does already.
So when you did the process for this album that you're pushing right now, like how hard was it for you to pick the features because you got Aria,
what's crazy, man, is these features just happened by chance. It wasn't even no like isolated plan of attack. It was just kind of like I was in the studio writing for Ari Lennox's new album that she got coming up. And speaking of that, Juicy was supposed to be her record.
Wow.
Yeah, Juicy was supposed to be a song I was writing for her.
Wow.
But we did 3 that day, and Juicy was the last one that we did. And Jay White, which is the producer, he was
Shout out to Jay White.
Yeah, he was like, hey Vedo, man, I know we writing this for Ari, but this might sound good on you, man. I'm like, shit, I love it. I'm cool with it. So he was like, all right, man, it's yours. I'm like, hold on. Oh, hey. How much you gonna charge me? You know what I'm saying?
Let's get the numbers.
Let's talk
clear,
about
sir.
that. But nah, man, you know, Jay White, super awesome guy, man. And we pretty much made the executive call on it. Like, yo, all right, well, look, this gonna be Vedo record. Hey, Ari, you know what I'm saying? Vedo hot right now. Got one of the biggest records. You wanna stay on the song? Ari was like, oh, of course, I love You Got It. I'm like, I bet, and that's how I have it.
That's crazy.
And that record is going. When I tell you that record going crazy right now. That's crazy. I mean, people are raving about that record. They love the raunchiness. They love the nastiness. They love it all. Like they love it. They love it. I'm telling you.
So what's your goal? You got Eric Bellinger. Shout out to EB. That's dope. You got Jacquees.
Yeah, that was way past due. Eric Bellinger. We posed. Been working, man. He been busy. I've been busy, but I made it my business to make sure he was on this album. He absolutely killed it on Energy. Jacquees. I've been.
Y'all just dropped the video yet?
Not yet. Okay. We did for me though. We dropped for me.
Right.
I've been on Jacquees since I was like in 9th grade.
Oh wow.
Yeah, so we go way back. We had a little high school rivalry going on.
Who the best R&B?
Yeah, who the best?
This is a shame. See, y'all don't even understand how it gets crazy. Like what's R&B beef like?
Right. It's woo. Now I can woo. You know what I'm saying? You know, so hey, but no, man. It's just like, you know, R&B. I would say R&B beef is fun and to say, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because, you know.
Do y'all make diss records?
Nah, we just see who can make the best R&B song, and that's you drop your. When you dropping yours? You dropping yours Tuesday? All right, I'm gonna drop mine Tuesday too. That's how you be. That's how R&B artists be. We try to drop our shit on the same day, so we see who chart higher and stuff like that. That's the competition aspect of it. I think that's more friendlier than the rappers talking about I'm gonna shoot you when I see you.
Yeah, like everything's all dangerous.
Yeah, I can leave y'all. Y'all can have a rap.
Yeah. Definitely.
But nah, man. But yeah, that's big shouts out to everybody that's on the album, man. It definitely. Oh yeah, Lloyd too, man. Brought him out. Yeah. People did not expect that. People did not expect it. Like Lloyd. I ain't heard from Lloyd in a minute. Mm-hmm. But man, the features on this album definitely brought more eyes to the album.
Let me ask you something. Why is it like the grace periods are longer for R&B artists to come out than rap artists to me? Because it seems like you said, like, because people would say where he's been at, but I'm just like, he just dropped
the grace period is much longer, and I think that's the reason why, because rap songs don't really have any substance and they don't last long. Gotcha. R&B songs actually tell a story. You know, you can revert back to this song when you're feeling down and when you're feeling like you need some. You Got It is going to be around for a long time. Right. And it's because of the substance of the song. It'll be 2-3 years from now, 4 years from now. People play You Got It and be like, oh my, I remember when this song first came out. That don't happen with rap songs. Yeah, and I think that's the reason we got a longer grace period, because we actually, you have to think when you're doing R&B. You have to come up with concepts and come up with meaningful lyrics. The track has to be nice. With rappers, just throw it on.
And just make the record. I haven't really heard so many songs lately. Yeah, that's really been like, it hits home and you be like, damn. Mm-hmm. That makes sense. Yeah, I haven't really got. I mean,
because I think that's because the passion is just like, hey, let me just do this. Let me just do this song real quick because I want to make some more money.
I think Drake might be having like.
What did you think about the what is the Certified Lover Boy?
Yeah. See, I think like as I listen to it, I kind of see like. You gotta wrap yourself around like who he is, right? And be like, okay, cool. Now I get it. If you can't do that for an artist, you're never gonna understand. Why they making the music. Just now, like he got Kanye. Like you gotta really wrap yourself around who the person is. Yeah, understand what they're doing.
Exactly. I didn't understand Kanye.
I just thought he wanted to get people pregnant.
Yeah, I didn't understand Kanye. Yeah. I don't. I'm not going to lie to you. I didn't understand what he had going on.
Kanye from an artistic standpoint. Drake just wanted to get girls pregnant.
That's it. I mean, that's all I get that. Emojis, like, we got that. All right, cool. You gonna get pregnant? I mean, the songs didn't really give me sex vibes, but I get what you going for. But Kanye though, I ain't gonna hold you, yay. Love the Yeezys. You know what I'm saying? Love the shoes. But you lost on Donda. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, I'm telling you, that's why I said like even with like Drake shit, I was just like maybe when Kanye just dropped Donda, it was just like so artistic. Yeah. Drake was like, emoji me somebody and just put emoji. It was
they put some emojis on my album cover.
And I'm still gonna go viral. Like,
but it's genius though. It's like, dang.
Vedo, come on, bro.
Certified Lover Boy.
Now you know if you would have tried the girl emoji right now, like for this album that you putting out right now.
But look, the girl emoji,
though, it just goes crazy.
You gotta look at the small things, right? He got the white girl pregnant, Asian girl, black girl, like Muslim. I like literally like okay, so it's appealing to everybody. I'm like, cool. The Donda joint, but what?
All right, so yeah, so tell us about this album and the significance that it has for you, and tell us about the title so that people can understand.
Word. Numbers. Oh man, I feel like this album is special because I feel good about music now. Okay. I feel good about the way R&B is going. Mm-hmm. The album is called 1320, right? And 13 it symbolizes 2013 and 2020. So in 2013. I lost my mother to lung cancer, and that was probably, no, you good. And that was probably the lowest point of my life. Like, as a young man, you know, losing his mom, right on the cusp of like almost breaking out. You know what I'm saying? I was on The Voice at the time, on top of the world. I met Usher. I'm feeling good. You know what I'm saying? Like that, everything is going well, everything is going good, and then boom, like my mom gone. You know what I'm saying? But she was just right here with me. So as you can imagine, it's like. You like at the top and then somebody just push you off. Wow. And now you hit rock bottom. You know what I mean? So that's how it felt. And it took 7 years up until 2020 for me to really regain the love and the passion and the confidence that I once had before I lost her. And and what sealed that deal and sealed that feeling was in 2020. I had my daughter Kaden.
Okay.
And that's when I felt like, oh man, I felt like I felt needed. I felt loved. I felt unconditional love once again that I didn't feel before. You know what I'm saying? Because mothers give their kids unconditional love, right? And she was never here. She wasn't here no more. I felt like everybody in my life was always, they were there for something,
right?
You know, when mom. She there because she's mama.
That's a whole different piece, a whole dynamic.
Exactly,
that you really need.
Exactly. And Kaden is there because she's my daughter, and she gives me unconditional love, no matter what. If my breath stank, if whatever, she gonna still love me.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Because you look for that piece, you look for those answers from that person, and just as much you think it could be that person that small that you could just probably look in her eyes and that'll get that answer that
that'll give exactly. Now that's a fact, and I feel whole again. I feel good about the music, man. I feel good about everything. The thought I put into. What was crazy is I wanted to dedicate this album, and because I'm giving her publishing as well, because I feel
wow, that's dope.
Yeah, she get publishing on all the songs on the album.
Oh wow.
So when she get
feed the kids,
when she get, I just kind of want to give her a head start, man, because you know, as black men, as black people, we're not afforded that head start like other people. You know, we got to get it out the mud, and then you can line up to race. Right. So what I want to do for her is I want to give her that head start we weren't given. So hey, when you get of age, just know you got some bread to start you off.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? We didn't have that. So I just want to kind of just change the dynamic of how, how I was raised and how kids are raised, black kids.
Definitely. So now, is it anything else that you're aiming to do, like outside of the music? Because we know you have the longevity in that. Like, all right, cool, I'm gonna drop some more albums, because I feel like you're still scratching the surface. You know what I'm saying? If that makes sense. You know what I'm saying? Even though I don't take nothing away from what you did when you was doing 93, when you ain't had no facial hair and you was doing all that type of action. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about right now.
Right.
I just feel like you still gonna get. So you still got a couple. You still got a couple more to go. Like,
that's what's crazy, man. Is like I said, I'm 28. Dog, like you said, it's so much more room to grow and so much more things to do. Like, this is only the beginning. After you get your first hit, my dog, you might as well, okay, now we start over. Now we back at the beginning. Right. All right, so how we going to keep this momentum going? That's what you got to do. Like, I'm finna get into some movies. You finna see your boy in some everything, man. So as an R&B artist now at this point, and you got this album, so what's the goal now from like right here? Man,
like what are we doing? Are we trying to do another album? Are we looking for the next single to be pushed out? Are we trying to get another feature with somebody that, like, how does it work for you guys?
Well, it's usually what we do is we drop the album. Right. Bam. All right. Of course we picked the first single, maybe the second. Yeah, which was For Me. We picked that on our own before the album even came out. Okay. Second single, we picked that on our own. Third single, usually the fans pick. When the album drop. Whatever song is performing the best, which in this case is Juicy featuring Ari Lennox, that's the third single. That's the one we do the video for. And then with that, after we have those numbers and we know how we're going to move, then we will go to radio. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all just got a rollout right there. So for the people that don't understand what's going on and how your team needs to operate, that y'all just got some gems right there.
Yeah, man.
So tell me about New Wave. Like
oh, man. 2016. I started my label with my manager, he been my manager for years now. Everybody know Ro. If you know me, you know Ro.
Okay. I don't know Ro yet. He probably called me though. Pressure.
20. That was
he called me like, yo, do you get in there? I'm like, yo, you gotta relax. Relax, big fella.
Yeah, he's hello. yeah, that's how he is. But I started my label because I saw how many. I just when you in the mix, you see what's going on. Right. And I just saw how much money these labels was making and how much money these artists was making. I'm like, hold on, boy, what's going on? Well, no, that's for the label. They go to the label. I'm like, hold on, okay. All right. I said, I want to start a label. I'm like, shit. So if the label making all this money, I need to own the label.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because I obviously can't feed myself off these pennies y'all be paying. Nah, that's serious. Like, man, people got to do their research. It's like this, man. Artists get so caught up and they get lost when somebody say, hey, I got 100,000 right now for you. You gonna sign to my label.
They'll do it all the time.
They'll do it all the time.
Yeah, definitely do it all the
versus taking $750 and starting your own label and funding your own career. You know what I mean? I just saw how these labels was doing these artists, man. I said I did not want to be one of them. So now, like I said, I'm independent. Partnership with Empire.
Dope.
Partnership with the homie, former VP of A&R over at Atlantic Records, Chris Jones. Partnership with his label, and we independent. And now what has to happen if I ever want to partner with a major label? They got to sign my whole label.
So this is what I'm saying. Do you got artists signed yet to you?
I'm looking. Definitely searching for some artists.
You looking for R&B artists?
R&B artists, rap artists.
Shit, I'm rapping tomorrow. Drop the beat, Lee. Drop the lead. Drop the beat. I'm gonna become a rapper tomorrow. Man, you got the money.
Listen, like anybody watching and listening to this, man, you have so much power when you can say, hey, I'm signed to myself.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? People look at you different, like, oh, for real? That's dope. Versus, oh yeah, I just signed with Universal. Don't get me wrong. It's not. I don't think it's bad to sign to a major label. You just got to make sure your terms are good.
Right.
You know, I just didn't want anybody owning the masses to something I put my blood, sweat, and tears in.
A lot of artists don't get that. They just, like you said, they were ready for to come up that quick little advances.
Yeah, man,
bro,
you go buy you a few chains,
and then you broke.
Get you a whip. Now you got 30 grand left. Still got to pay your rent. Still got to live. Now you looking like, yo, you at the label talking about I need some more money. They like, nah, you ain't even made that 100,000 back yet.
And do you feel like it's different now? Because remember, I remember that the major labels would just give a lot of artists a lot of money, and then it's like, if we didn't reach the goal, we didn't reach the goal. Isn't it? I'm sure it's different terms.
Yeah,
now.
It's much different now. They're not giving them big old budgets like that no more. They're not giving. I remember when artists was getting signed, man, young artists. They was giving people $3 million budget, $5 million budget, $10 million. That's not happening.
Right.
That's not happening because you know why it's not happening? Because people are just not selling like that no more. People aren't selling. People aren't, and that's when the 360 deal took effect.
Yeah, definitely.
That's when
we want in on the action.
Yeah, we want a piece of everything. You sell merchandise too? Oh, we want that too. Oh, you say you want to get into some acting? We need a piece of that too.
That's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, I get it from the major label standpoint, but damn, if I write a book, you get some of that too?
They want in on the action.
They want everything, man. In some instances, man, these artists signed to these labels and don't even own their name no more.
I was just thinking about that. Shout out to my trademark that's coming in.
I definitely trademark Vedo. I definitely trademark Vedo. I'm like, yeah, I need that.
Definitely, man. So before we get out of here, let everybody know how they can follow you on social media, how they can get the album, how they can download wherever you're gonna be at, how they can get that old album 93 so they can check you out. Then they can get the little new album now. I don't know. It's just something about the album. I just was looking at listening.